I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And I'll record this too, so I can send it out. But today I'm going to go over 3-2-1s and like creating easy content and reels. And then next week, what am I going over next week? Let me look at my calendar. I have no idea what I'm going over next week. But if you guys have any questions about reels or 3-2-1s or anything like that, drop them in the messages right now. What am I going over? Okay, next week I'm going over ads and attraction marketing. Wait, where did my Zoom thing go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay, cool. How do I present? File.
Hi, girlies.
Slide. Hold on, where's the present button? Wow. Anyone? Present. Oh, right there. Okay. Whew, that was rough. Okay, here we are. Okay, if you have any questions throughout this training call, feel free to drop them in the chat and I'll do my best to answer them as I go throughout this. So,
I'm gonna shower.
Okay, I'm gonna shower.
Okay.
So first thing I'm going to go over is 3-2-1s. I've had a ton of people ask me questions about 3-2-1s. There are a few different ways that you can do your 3-2-1s. So I'm going to talk about the two different ways that you can do them. I'll talk about the ways that I have done them, what has been successful for me, and then you just kind of have to figure out what is best for you. But you should be doing 3-2-1s, at least 20 a day if you're wanting to level up your business, which is all of you, or else you wouldn't be on this call. So 20 a day, and this is reaching out to your cold market. You should also be engaging with your warm market and your hot market, like just as often. I would say 20 a day as well with like your warm and your hot market, but making sure 20 a day with your cold market. So really you should be making like 40 connections a day, half of them with your cold market, half of them with your warm and your hot market. I'm just going to go over how to do it with your cold market, because with your hot market, those are people that you already know. You should already be able to have normal conversations with them. These are people who are going to be following you. So responding to their stories, like that is all that should make sense. If it doesn't make sense, message me after this call. But this is strictly for cold market, so people that you do not know. So let's get started. So how to find people to connect with. There are a few different ways. Number one is hashtags. You'll want to find hashtags that are in your niche. What does your niche mean? This means that you want to be connecting with people that you can actually like have conversations with. So I'm not going to go out and look up a hashtag like mommy blogger, because I'm not a mom. I don't have a kid. I can't connect with those people. Maybe at one point in my life I will be able to, but right now that doesn't make sense, right? So I'm probably going to connect with people who are more of like college people. I just did like these hashtags as an example: hashtag college blogger, hashtag BYU student. Maybe you're going to a college, look up the hashtag for your college, connect with those people. Maybe you have a hashtag for your town. Maybe your Starbucks has a hashtag. A lot of people go to Starbucks. Maybe you can connect with them through that. So it's just finding like what hashtags work with your niche, and that's all trial and error. I personally do not use hashtags because I don't know. I just haven't found a great hashtag to use. If you find a great hashtag, awesome, use it. But it is a lot of trial and error, because some hashtags are full of like spam posts. And obviously you don't want to be connecting with those people. You want to be connecting with people who are very genuine. And that's why it's better to have a niche hashtag, more of like hashtag, Provo, Utah, or wherever you're living. And that way you can find people who are in your area. There's probably going to be a lot less spammy posts on there. But that's what I would recommend for that. And then location tags, that's another way. This is super helpful, especially if you are going on vacation. what I mean by this is, say I'm going to Hawaii next week. Maybe I'm going to look up the location tag Hawaii or wherever, or maybe a specific place in Hawaii. I'm going to look at people who have posted pictures and tagged that location. I'm going to go out and I'm going to message them and be like, hey, I saw that you were in Hawaii, however many weeks ago, or just that you were in Hawaii in general. What are the fun things to do there? I'm going there next week and I have no idea what to do. So that's a great way to start conversations with people. I did that when I moved to California. I messaged people and I was like, hey, I'm new to San Francisco. What are the amazing things to do here? I gained like 20 followers from just messaging people about what to do in San Francisco. And I even met up with a girl that I had messaged because I was like, I don't have any friends here. So if you want to meet up with me, I'd love to do that as well. So location tags are awesome. Also using location tags for like your area that you're living in. So for me, for example, Provo, Utah, finding people in my area that I can like actually meet up with is really awesome too. Friends of friends. This is the main way that I personally do my 3-2-1s. I've done location tags, like I said, when I moved to California, super successful. I usually only do location tags when I am like going somewhere, if that makes sense. But friends of friends is the way that I usually do mine. So if you go into who's following you, you can click on someone who you think would be good at this business. The people who are following them are probably people who are similar to them. So going through their following, and then as you're going through their following, I kind of like go down a rabbit's hole sometimes. Like if you look at my tabs right now, on my computer, I have like, I kid you not, like 200 Instagram tabs because the way that I go about doing it, I'll actually show you guys because maybe this will be helpful. Let me share. Hold on. How do I exit out of this? Escape. Okay. Maybe, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me see. Wait. Unshare. Here we go. Okay, so if you look at the tabs at the top, this is not even half of the tabs that I have open right now. The way that I go about doing it, just so I can give you guys an example, these are people that like, so I won't probably connect with every single one of these people, but I like open their tab and then I like go look at their page, and this person I probably wouldn't connect with. She's a mom, but I would probably just exit out of it. I haven't gone through these people yet. But for example, what I would do is I would go in, I would like, and I would comment. The other thing that I do, which I like doing it on my computer now because of this. So I would go in and you can hover over their little name and you can see how many followers they have, the first 3 pictures, how many posts they have. You can see this person is with Arbonne, so I probably am not going to go connect with them. Plus they have a lot of followers. I'm probably not going to go connect with them. She also has a picture of a baby. So I know I'm probably not going to connect with that person. But I go through, and then what I do when I want to connect with someone is I click this and it says open link in new tab. And then I'm going to be like, okay, that's the person who I'm going to connect with next. So then you can go to this page, and then the same thing. You're going to go through these people and you're going to, maybe is this going to load? You're going to connect with them. And then I just like go through who has commented on their pictures, because if you're connecting with someone, they're probably in like your niche, right? If you're connecting with the right people. So like this person, awesome. She's a micro influencer. She has a story up, which means that she's pretty active. She has a beautiful feed, so I'm probably gonna connect with her. And then as I go through and I like comment on her pictures, I'll just go through and I'll just look and I'll be like, okay, this person has, this many followers. Her first 3 posts look awesome. I'm going to open the link in the new tab. And then suddenly you end up with 50,000 tabs like I do. And then you never run out of people to connect with. So that's how I personally do it. And this all started from one follower on my Instagram page. One person who follows me, and I found all of these people. So that's personally how I do it. You do what works best for you, though. Okay. Going back to presenting. Maybe. Okay, and then the last way is through micro influencers. So like I said, on that girl with like the pretty like aesthetically looking feed, she's a micro influencer. It's usually people who are like 15K and under are considered micro influencers. You can go through their followers, and then you can also go through their who has commented on their pictures like I just showed you, and then you can find people through that. Honestly, it's just finding what works best for you. Hashtags might be a huge hit for you if you live in a place that like has a niche hashtag. Awesome. I personally don't use hashtags anymore because I wasted a lot of time, but you have to figure out what works for you. You are in network marketing, so make sure that you are networking with people daily. That's literally in the title of your job is networking. So this is how you network. So what is a 3-2-1? So for those of you who don't know what a 3-2-1 is, you're liking 3 pictures, you're commenting on 2 of them, and then you're DMing them or responding to their story. So do not engage with someone that you do not think that you will be able to have a conversation with. For example, that very first person that I just showed you, how she was a mom. Yeah, she has a pretty feed and like she might be good at this, but am I the person that should be connecting with her? No, probably not. Maybe Cassandra on our team because she's a mom, or any other moms on our team, right? So finding people that you can genuinely have conversations with. If you don't think that you can have a conversation with them, do not like their pictures and comment on their pictures. You are wasting your own time. Not to say that they are not a good person, not to say anything bad about them, but you want to be using your time wisely. So connect with people that you can genuinely have conversations with because you need to be having conversations with them. So after you've liked 3 of their pictures, I usually like the first 3 of their pictures. Like that's, I don't know, it just makes sense to me. If you want to like scroll down like to 2 years ago and be a stalker, awesome, go do that. But I personally don't do that because when people do that on my feed, I'm like, that's a little creepy. So I just like the first 3 pictures. Another thing that is like a red flag to me is if they haven't posted in like 6 months to a year, I'm probably going to move on. Doesn't mean that they can't be successful in this business, but if they're not active on Instagram within like the last 1 to 2-ish months, why would they be wanting to post on Instagram and be successful in this business? Obviously, you have to decide what's best for you, but me personally, that's how I do my 3-2-1s. So commenting on 2 of them, genuine comments, you guys. This is why it's important to connect with people that you want to talk to, because you don't just leave a comment like, oh my gosh, your shoes are so cute. Yes, that's awesome. And maybe one of your comments can be that, but your other comment needs to be genuine. You need to connect with that person. For example, maybe you're looking up a location tag. You can be like, oh my gosh, that hike in Hawaii looks so awesome. Where is that? Asking them a question so they have to respond to you so that they recognize you. And then they're going to go look at your profile because they're going to be like, what? How did this girl even find me, right? And then from there, if you're, for example, if you're connecting with someone who is like a location tag that you're going to that location, there are 2 ways to go about like messaging them. So number 1 is if they have a story up that you can genuinely respond to, awesome, do that. If they don't have a story up, which I feel like is like 60% of the time people don't have stories up, that's okay. If they don't, what I will do is I will find a picture on their feed. For example, maybe they have some freaking cute, like a cute loungewear set on. I'm going to DM them their own picture. So like, you know how you can send the picture to like a group chat or whatever? You just send the picture to them. So their own picture, you're sending it to themselves and you're asking them, oh my gosh, where did you get this loungewear set? I have been looking for a loungewear set for freaking ages, and this is the cutest one that I've ever come across. Where can I buy this? Or maybe they went to Hawaii. You can DM them their own picture and be like, I just saw that you were in Hawaii. I'm going to Hawaii in a month or 2, or I want to go to Bali or whatever. What are the best things to do there? Where's the best place to stay? So that's how I go about doing it when they don't have a story up. If they do not have a story up and you do not DM them, so like if you don't message them, it does not count as one of your 3-2-1s. 3-2-1s are so important because you're connecting with people. I don't care if you don't have a genuine conversation with them, but get into their DMs because that's how they will recognize you. So making sure that you're DMing them, responding to their story. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, drop it in the chat. So there are 2 different methods after you've done the 3-2-1. I've done both of these methods. Both of them have been successful. You just kind of have to find out what works for you. So number 1 is the folder method. So you're going to put, every single person that you connect with, you're going to put them into a folder that is labeled by day and by month. So any person that I connect with and do the 3-2-1, like I get into their DMs, I'm going to save, like the little save thing on their picture. I'm going to save one of their pictures and I'm going to put it into a folder that says December 1st, 2020. So all 20 people that I connect with that day, I'm going to save it to that folder. Why? Because you want to be continually connecting with them. So in a week or so, you're going to want to go back to those people. You're going to want to see if they have any stories up that you can, again, message them from. If they have any new posts up that you can comment on. So that is the first way to do it. The second way is the follow back method. This is the way that I personally have been doing it because it's a lot less overwhelming, but I've also done the folder method and that has been successful as well. So like I said, finding what works best for you. Let me look at what the chat says if there's any questions. Do you do 3-2-1 all in the same? Yeah, I do them all on the same day. So I will like, comment, and DM them all in the same day. And then this, what I'm talking about right now with the folders, this is why it's important to put them into folders so that you can reconnect with them in a week or in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks. So that way it's not just like, oh my gosh, join the business, which I'll talk about that in a second. But the follow back method is, so every single person you connect with, say your goal is to connect with 20 people a day, which should be everyone's goal, right? Probably, I mean, the odds are that like 1 to 2, even up to like 4 people out of those 20 people that you connected with are going to follow you back. Even if you didn't follow them, they're going to follow you. So what I do is every single person who follows me that I know that I connected with, and if you can't remember, just go into their page and see if you've liked any of their pictures. That means you've connected with them. So anytime they follow me, I save one of their pictures and I put it into a folder that is just labeled by the month. So it's just going to be December 2020. The reason that I do this is because if they follow me, that means that they feel like they're getting value and education from my feed. They're going to be looking at my stories, which I'm going to be posting consistently. And so they're going to know about the business, which means that I feel less pressured to bring up the business and bring up the products because I know that they're watching my story. With the people with the other method, just the folder method where every single person you connect with them, you put them in a folder, that is awesome, but only some of those people are going to be following you and watching your stories. So you have to bring up the business a lot sooner, if that makes sense. So I personally do the follow back method. It's a lot more simple. And it's a lot less overwhelming because you have a lot less people who follow you back. So you have a lot less people to go back and connect with, if that makes sense. So from beginning to end, not from end to beginning, from beginning to end, this is kind of the process. So step 1, you're finding people to connect with. Step 2, you're connecting with them through a 3-2-1. Step 3, you're putting one of their pictures into a folder, whether that means they followed you back or if you are doing the folder method and you just put every single person into a folder, awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. Step 4 is once a week, you're going to go through your folder. So say I'm doing the follow back method, okay? So by the end of this week, I'm probably going to have anywhere between 7 to like 20 people who followed me back. So I should have 7 to 20 people in that folder. If you have less than that, don't beat yourself up. Obviously, it just depends on the person you're connecting with if they're going to follow you back, right? But also, if you have an aesthetically pleasing feed, if you're providing value, people are going to see that and they're going to want to follow you. So everything on social media is a cycle. So if you have an aesthetically pleasing feed, which it doesn't have to be anything special, just like it looks like you tried. If you do that, people are going to want to follow you, and that's going to increase your engagement, and so it just goes around in a circle. So once a week, you're going to go through that folder, and you are going to reconnect with these people. So usually, like, you can do that on a Monday or maybe on a Sunday. Maybe you have more time on a Sunday, and you're like, okay, on a Sunday, I'm not going to connect with any new people. I'm just going to go back and reconnect with the people, if that makes sense. So instead of doing 20 new connections, you're going to go back and reconnect with the people who either followed you or people who you put into your folders. You're going to respond to a story if they have a story up. You're going to maybe comment on a new picture that they posted. You're going to revamp your conversation. The reason why this is important is because as you're having more conversations with these people, your posts are going to show up more often on their feed, which means they're seeing more posts about the business and about the products, which means they're going to speed up their 7 to 10 exposures that they need in order to join or purchase the products. So that's step 4. Step 5, after a few conversations, and this honestly, I know that some people want me to give them an answer of like, okay, after 3 conversations, this is the message that you should send. I don't have an exact answer. You are going to have to play it by ear based off of the conversations that you've had. If you just have like 1-word conversations, after 3 conversations is probably not going to be enough time, right? You genuinely need to get to know these people. Where do they live? What are they doing? Then, so say you had a conversation with this person last night, for example. I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to be like, I'm going to send a message along the lines of this. It doesn't have to be exactly this, but along the lines of this. It says, I was thinking after our conversation last night how amazing you would be at what I do. Not sure why it never occurred to me before, but you are blank, blank, and blank. Compliment them. They are confident. They have an amazing feed. Whatever it is, whatever you feel like they would, why do you feel like they would be amazing? Compliment them, which are all the traits that successful people have in this business. Just put that out there. If they aren't interested, it's okay. They're going to be watching you. You never know when their time is, but that's how you bring up the business in a very genuine way that compliments them. Like, oh my gosh, why did it never occur to me that you would be amazing at this business? And here's exactly why. If you compliment them, they're not going to be like, what the heck is this girl doing? She's a scammer. No, they're going to be like, wow, that was so nice of her to think of me and think that like I'm confident and my social media is amazing. Girls love that. Okay. You know that. You love to be complimented, right? So when you're complimenting other girls, they're going to be like, wow, that was really kind of her, right? Right. And it just depends. There's not like a set way for you to go about doing these, which is hard. And that's why you have to figure out what works best for you. I personally, unless I really think that they're going to be good at this business, I probably will not message them about the business because I know that they're watching my stories and I know that I'm posting and providing education. And so they're not going to want to unfollow me. They're going to continue to find value in me and continue to follow me. And that's why they're going to join the business and purchase the products. But you have to decide what works best for you. Some people love sending out messages like step 5, the message that I just said. If that works best for you, awesome. That personally, I haven't seen a lot of success from it. So it just depends on you. But making sure that you're always continually reconnecting with those people in your folders. So obviously, by the time that you've done this for like 3 months, you're going to have hundreds of people in your folders, right? That's going to take a lot of time. So I'm not saying every single week you need to go back and reconnect with the hundreds of people that you have in your folders, but just be smart about it, right? Maybe you're going to reconnect with those people in your November folder once a month or whatever works best for you. That's how I go about doing 3-2-1s though. Let me know if you have any questions about that, but I'm going to move on to creating content. So how to create easy content. I've had this question a lot as well. You should be creating content at least once a week. You should be posting on your feed at least once a week, whether that's a picture of you, a picture of your dog, a picture of the products, whatever it is, you should be posting at least once a week because people want to be following people who show up, who are active. And when you're connecting with people and they come to your page and they click on your first picture that you have posted, if they see that it's like from 4 months ago, they're going to be like, why would I want to follow this person? They never post, right? That's how I am. I'm like, do they post frequent enough that like I can continually be inspired by them? So for product content and flat lay, this is just strictly like product content, flat lay, or like, I don't know, product content. That's all I can say. It doesn't have to be just Monat products. It can be pictures of jewelry. It can be pictures of, I don't know, other things. So step 1 is find a background that matches your feed. For me, that's white. If you've looked at my feed, I'm sure you can see that. I love white. If yours is not white, that's awesome. Go find a background that works for you. If you don't have a place in your house that like matches your feed, go to the dollar store and buy a poster board. They're literally like 25 cents. Go buy like a white poster board, go buy a brown poster board or a black poster board, and you can reuse that over and over and over again. Maybe you can buy 2 so that you can put them up like this. So that way you don't have to just take flat lay pictures. You can take pictures that are like, I don't even know what that would be considered. More dimensional. I don't know. Not flat lay. That's going to cost you 50 cents. That's a huge investment, you guys. That's not a huge investment. Literally just go to the dollar store. Number 2 is find good lighting in your house. I get asked this a ton. How are your pictures so bright? You know, how do you create such beautiful pictures? I literally just open my blinds. That's how. Like Tavia right now, I can see the shadows. I love the shadow play right there. I would probably take pictures right there. Beautiful shadows. The light is beautiful. Move your content next to the window. If you don't have light in your house, move it outside. It doesn't take that long to take pictures. I know it's cold right now, but just move it literally outside where the light is. Or just don't take pictures on a cloudy day. Snap a picture and throw a preset on it. If you don't know what a preset is, I'll be talking about that next week, I think. No, in 2 weeks. But that's basically it for product content and flat lays. If you have any like props, so like say I'm taking a picture of the Rejuvenique oil, I'm going to add something to that to just give it dimension. So it's not just like, oh, here's the Rejuvenique oil on a white black background, right? Maybe I'm going to add some jewelry. I love taking pictures of my gold jewelry with my Rejuvenique oil. So I have jewelry that I just like lay out. I have props around my house, like decorations that I use for my house. I have seashells that I found on the beach. I use those all the time to take pictures with. Trying to think what else. Scarves are another great thing, like laying out scarves. Go to the store, buy some fabric. Fabric is super, super cheap. If you want to buy some like tulle or some silk that you can put in the background to add dimension into your photos. Trying to think what else. Oh, the pampas grass. If you don't know what that is, like the little fluffy grass that's like tan. That's another thing that I love to take pictures of. I know in Utah we have that all over the side of the roads, so you can literally go pick that for free. Don't be scammed by people trying to charge you $25. Rocks, yeah, that's another great one. Or just like simply going outside and like taking a picture in the grass. That's better than, you know, just taking a picture on something that's, you know, a simple background. Branches, yes, love that. Flowers is another thing. Like the little white, what are those called? Like baby breath flowers. Those are beautiful in pictures too. And those don't cost that much money. Or right now, Christmas lights. That's another great thing that you can add. I'm sure you guys all have that around the house right now, or Christmas ornaments. So it doesn't have to be something that is super expensive. I know that you guys have seen a while ago when I posted about on a cutting board. I literally put 2 cutting boards together and I took pictures. My cutting boards were white. I'd had them in my house. And obviously I didn't go out to the store and buy them. That was just something that I had laying around. So get creative. literally open your cupboards and find things that like match your aesthetic. You'd be surprised by what you find. So taking pictures of you or your team. The biggest thing that I can say for this is get a tripod. And you can get a tripod for your phone or for your camera. If you don't have a camera, just get a tripod for your phone. But that is the best way to take pictures of yourself. I don't have any other like secret tips on how to take pictures of yourself besides getting a tripod. If you have a camera and you don't know how to use it, I'm going to talk about cameras and all that sort of stuff in 2 weeks. But getting a tripod or meeting up with Monat girls in your area, don't be afraid to meet up with them. I know in Utah we're having a meetup in like a week or so. So don't be afraid to be the one that messages in like your group chat and be like, hey, I need new content pictures. Who wants to go take pictures with me? That's what this is about. Networking doesn't just have to be with people outside of this business. It can be with people inside of this business too. So meet up with them. I know that Emma on our team, she's awesome at meeting up with people. She just posted a picture on her story, I think. And it was taken by someone that she had met through this business. So don't be afraid to meet up with people. Obviously, we all know that we're all like-minded people, and so they're not going to make fun of you if you want to go and take pictures of yourself, because 9 out of 10 times they're probably going to want to take pictures of themselves too. The next thing is finding good lighting. As always, find good lighting in your house or go into a town and find a wall. Just go drive around. That's what I do. Anytime I'm driving around, I'm like, okay. And then I drop a pin on my map and I'm like, okay, this is a good place to take pictures. So just keep your eyes peeled. And number 3, be confident. No one, like, there might be people who are watching you, but like, why does that even matter? Like, you're doing your own thing and that shouldn't matter to you guys. So be confident in what you're doing. You are literally, like, taking pictures is not an IPA, an income producing activity, but it is something that will help move your business forward. So just be confident in what you're doing. If people are making fun of you, they're most likely just jealous that like you have the confidence to go out and do that. So here's a list of creative ideas for you guys. Taking pictures that are very simple. If you look at my feed, the stuff that I have on my feed is not like I went to Hawaii and I took pictures. It's literally like I used my Monat bag and I put a hair clip down. I used some shadows and I used some jewelry. Like, it's nothing insanely hard. Taking pictures of your shoes. If you have shoes that you like, this is a whole list of that. I don't know if you want to take a picture of that or whatever. But always going on Pinterest is super helpful too. We do have a creative collaborative board on Pinterest. I'll send that in the chat after we're done with this call, but we just share ideas on there of like creative ideas, easy picture ideas, and you can always search on Pinterest like picture ideas for more inspo, or go to someone's Instagram that you like following and recreate one of their pictures. So number 2 is Reels. Megan asked for this specifically because she had no idea what she was doing, and I don't think she's even created a Reel. So I wanted to go over Reels really quick. Reels are honestly, if you do nothing for your business this month, like, create some Reels. Like that. Reels are so important. They are blowing up people's Instagrams. I follow a girl, well, 2 girls actually. Orlandria, since she has been posting Reels, has gained thousands of followers. And then I follow another girl who, from one Reel, she gained 2,000 followers. So not to say that like obviously you have to create Reels, a lot of Reels, to find the ones that will take off and like blow up your business. But the more that you're creating Reels, the higher chance that you have of those Reels like being a hit and you gaining followers from it, if that makes sense. My goal this month is 10 Reels. I'm making 10 Reels because out of those 10 Reels, probably 2 of them are going to be successful and they're going to bring me followers. And as you're bringing in those followers, they see your content that's educational about the business or about the products or whatever it is that you're posting about. and that's why they're going to join your business. So I would say at least creating at least once a week, doing reels, but that's up to you. Don't be overwhelmed by that. That's not like a rule, but that's what I would recommend. How to create reels: use other people's reels for inspo. Like, it's not like, I feel like your Instagram feed, like you're trying to be like the first person who does it, but like with reels, it's okay to like use other people's ideas and make it your own. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You can go through with the new update, if you have it, there's like a little reel button in the middle. Sometimes if I'm just like, I have no idea what to create for a reel, I'll just click on that and I'll scroll through some reels and I'll find one that I like, and then I'll either switch it up and like just use the music, or I like what they created and I'm going to make something of my own. For me, I choose one day a week that I create reels, and I knock out like 3 reels in one day. Doesn't even take me that long. Sometimes if I'm like really feeling it with like my transitions, it could take me like 2 hours, but most of the time it doesn't take me that long. It takes me like 1 hour to make 3 reels. And I'll show you how to go about doing that. If you're doing like the really intricate like transition, changing outfits, that's going to take a lot longer. But if you're just doing like very simple educational reels, it should not take you that long. 2 different kinds of reels: educational and funny. You just got to choose which one you want to do. Both of them are, I would say, equally successful in like the way that Instagram like shares it, I guess you could say. So just like making sure that they don't always have to be educational or funny, but I think that those are, I can't think of any other like reel that's not educational or funny. Most of them are just educational and funny. Anyways, make it fun, and have fun, because if you aren't having fun, no one's going to be having fun. If you're not having fun when you're doing the reel, people can see that. So make sure that you're having fun when you're doing it. And yeah, let me see. Or empowering, yes. Oh, that must be the end. I was gonna show like a short, so this is my, hopefully this makes sense. So I screen recorded how to like make a very simple reel. For those of you who don't know how to do like transitions and all of that stuff, I literally just made this. It took me 3 minutes. This is not like I wouldn't post it, but this is like a good example of how I create my reels. So the first thing is going to that little reel tab, and the first one that popped up, she had a great song. So you click you click on her audio, and then you click use audio. From there, you can click your effects. And so you choose a little preset that you put on there, and then I usually just start my timer, so that way it counts down before the video starts. I love seeing my face. So it's counting down, and then the music will start at right now. And then in this video, it's like the snapping video. I'm sure you've all seen the reel. I've actually done this reel before. So then you just do it, and if you don't like it, you can delete it and retry it again. And then you can add text. So there was a little text button. You add text. How to make money from Instagram, from social media, from your phone, I mean. So this one at the bottom, let me go back 2 seconds. So at the bottom right here, you can choose how long you want your text to show up on video. So for right now, this how to make money from your phone, this text is going to show up throughout the whole entire video. But you'll see here in a second how I do different text that shows up later. Maybe. That's a nice pause space. So you can move, see how I'm shortening it so that that text only shows up during this period in the video. So now I'm shortening it again. So it only shows up for like, I don't know, like 1 second. So it's all just like this right here. And see how the help others right now is white? That means that that's the text that you're editing. So say you went through and you added like 10 different texts, for example. If you wanted to go back to the very first one that you made and edit it, you just click on it and it'll turn white, and that means that you're editing that text, and it'll show up with like the same little bracket things. And maybe how to make your money, maybe you only want to do that for the first like 1 second of the reel. You can shorten it to the first 1 second, or you can lengthen it to the full thing. So you can kind of play around with that. But that is how to, oh, go back 2 seconds. So after you do that, I usually just save mine as a draft. You click right here. And then you click at the bottom, save as a draft. And then I'll show you where it shows up as a draft. So if you go into your little reel button, it'll say drafts, and then you can go in and then you can edit them. The only thing with drafts is I would also save it, like there's, see how, oh, go back 2 seconds. See how there's a little save button at the top? If you're saving it as a draft, I would also save it to your camera roll, because I've had 6 reels that got deleted when like Instagram updated. So making sure that, like, yes, save it as a draft, that's important, but if you love what you've created, also save it to your camera roll, because you'll be sad when they get deleted, because I've had that happen. What am I doing here? Oh, once you save it as a draft, you can also go back and edit it. So it doesn't have to be like the final like cut or whatever version. So this is another one. I just went through and I found on like the reel search page, you just click use audio again. Same thing, you click effects and then set up the timer. This time I did my timer for only halfway, so I could cut my video halfway. So it only plays for, I don't know, 3 seconds or whatever. And then if you click the little back arrow, you can go through and you can trim your video. So maybe you liked like 2 seconds of that video, but not like the first second of it. You can go and you can trim your video, or if you didn't like it at all, you can go back and you can delete it. And then this timer is for the second half of the video. And this is how you create transitions too. And then same thing, adding your text there. You can save it as a draft. You can go back, look at it. I don't know. Hopefully that was helpful. That's like the basics of, whoa, that is weird. Okay. That's like the basics of how to do a reel. How do I unshare my screen? Oh, stop share. That's how. Do you guys have any questions about anything that I shared? The biggest thing with reels is just experimenting. My first 1 or 2 reels were nowhere as good as the reels that I put out now. And don't be overwhelmed by like transitions and things. They don't have to be anything intricate. I literally, so on days that I go out and so like say tomorrow is my content creating day for reels, I'm gonna make sure that like I get all dressed up, and then I actually change my outfit every single time so it looks like it's a different day that I'm filming it. And I literally just go in and same thing, I click on the little reel feed thing and I scroll through and I find like audio that I like to use, and then I click use audio, and then I literally just do like pointing, and I just have in my head like, okay, this reel, I'm going to create it about how to be successful selling on social media, or maybe I'm going to do an educational one about how our products are different. So you just kind of have to have in your head, like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. You can do the pointing ones, there's snapping ones, there's ones that you can do like outfit changes, like you all have seen those out there. So it just depends on like how much time you're wanting to put in. Usually I do one that's like more creative, and then the other two are just very simple ones. I did one with my Christmas decorations. So I just filmed my living room without Christmas decorations, and then I did like a little snap, and then now I'm going to film it again today. And so when I snap, my Christmas decorations are going to show up. So it doesn't have to be anything like extremely hard. I'm making orange garland. I'm doing like a step-by-step tutorial on how to make the orange garland. I literally I showed the oranges, and I showed me cutting them. I put them in the oven. I'm going to take them out. I'm going to show them how to thread on the thread the string. Then I'm going to show the finished product, and every step along the way, I'm going to tell them exactly what they need to do. So that's another like version of how to do like a reel, is like a tutorial reel. I do that with like food on my feed too. I think I've shared 2 different like food recipes. Those ones don't blow up as much, but like that's still you putting out content that is helpful for other people. So get creative with it. It doesn't have to be anything special. It can literally just be you pointing. Those have been the ones that have blown up. And I've had reels that have blown up, and I'm like, I didn't even think that was going to blow up. So you never know what's going to happen. Just be confident and have fun creating it. It doesn't look like anyone has any questions about anything that I shared. So that is all I have for you guys. Next week, Tuesday at noon again, and I will also record that one. I'm going over ads, how to run successful ads, and then also how to up your engagement. So how to get more likes on your pictures, how to increase your story engagement, and all of that as well. So if you guys have any questions about that, feel free to message me before Tuesday so that I can add that content into my slideshows. That's what I was going to say. Anyways, I love you guys. Happy December. We have big goals to hit. So much money is on the line. So many lives are going to be changed this month, but it is a choice. Your success is a choice. So choose now and choose every single day, no matter what happens, no matter how many people tell you no, no matter how many times you think that you're going to succeed and you don't. If you choose success every single day, I promise you that you will be successful. And if you're doing your 3, 2, 1s, if you're posting consistently, if you are showing up for your business, I promise you that it is impossible for you to not be successful. So make the choice today, because that will change everything. I love you guys, and let's freaking kill December.